Alright, what's up guys, Shulker King here, bringing you my round 2 Battle of the Gold bracket for TTM Surge versus John W. Again, a quick recap of my team. I'm a little nervous about this matchup. I don't think I'm going to win this. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. I feel like John has a pretty big edge with Zeraora plus Suicune, but my team to combat that, make a Pidgeot, Modest, because this will add speed to max speed Kadabra, and Hurricane will do a ton of damage. And Heat Wave will hit the Skarmory. I have Choice Scarf Zygarde, which will add speed to Zeraora unless he's Scarfed. 1000 Arrows Outrage, Toxic, and Extreme Speed. For the priority, I guess I really need it. Maybe he's like a Scarf Kadabra or something. Because of, I guess I couldn't get 3. I think I need at least 3 perfect IV, so I couldn't run HP Flying on Zygarde. Otherwise, I would have ran that for Buzzwole. And I guess I could run a Zen Headbutt, but Outrage does more. Next I have Defensive Electros, Protect, Toxic, Volt Switch, Roar. This should shut down either Zeraora, Mega Garchomp, or the Suicune. Hopefully the Suicune, but it'll probably have to be served towards the Zeraora. Next I have Infernape, Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Vacuum Wave. I was debating last second to put Stealth Rock just because it'd be super nice to get the chip damage on stuff, like breaking the Sturdy from Skarmory. But I figured Vacuum Wave's another nice form priority if I need it. Maybe at the Kadabra's weekend, because I don't want to outspeed that right now. And hopefully I outspeed everything. I'm assuming I predict the John W speed tiers correctly, where I can run this much speed and still be okay. Focus Blast plus Fighting C should hit his whole team really hard. Espeon, Choice Specs, Grass Knot plus Trick should handle any form of Suicune. Shadow Ball is there for the Skarmory, Psychic is there for everything else. Defensive Snorlax with Toxic, Counter, Ice Punch, Recycle. Debating between a lot of moves like Return or Curse or Earthquake. But I felt like Counter is a pretty good bet to maybe kill the Buzzwole, maybe kill the Zeraora. For the Garchomp, I'm not as afraid about it, so that's why I have Ice Punch on that to guarantee to get the damage off, so that way Hurricane from Mega Pidgeot can knock it out. Toxic, I guess, for the Suicune if he's not sub. Same thing for the Zeraora, can hit the Zeraora if I want a middle ground play, if I predict he's going to not go for a physical move and I don't want to go for counter, and a Recycle to get the Figgy Berry back. So we'll jump right back into the match once John's ready. Alright, here we are for the battle against John W. Not too surprised he didn't bring Victory Bell. I expected Kadabra because he's liking that a lot. Snorlax seems pretty free. I knew I was going to lead with this. I should be able to take on most of his team pretty well. Skarmory would be unfortunate, but I have switch-ins into that. Let's see. He leads with the Garchomp. This was pretty ideal for me, actually. He can get rocks up, but I can deal a pretty big hit on it. And I'm okay with trading rocks for getting a lot of damage on the Garchomp. So I'm going to go right for Ice Punch here. Not going to over-predict it. If he switches into Buzzwole or Skarmory, I'm okay with that. I can find out what their item is. And on the Buzzwole, I can find out maybe what type of spread it is based on the Ice Punch damage that I do. Yes, Snorlax was my pretty safe lead here. I could go for the counter and maybe knock it out, but if he goes for rocks, then that'd be pointless. Toxic would also be pointless if the Skarmory comes in. If I at least hit the Skarmory, I might do enough. Let's see, Ice Punch does 10.5 to 12.8%, so there's a pretty low chance that I'll be able to keep it outside of sturdy range after I switch out, assuming that he's leftovers. I don't see any other reason why he wouldn't be leftovers. Shucka Berry would be kind of weird for my Zygarde if he really wanted to go that route, especially because Buzzwole is such a safe answer for it. So let's see, he goes for the rocks. I'm okay with getting a lot of damage off, 50%. I'm definitely okay with this. Let's see. Garchomp, Mega, and level 50. So Ice Punch to no bulk does 60.8 to 74%. To max HP, it does 52 to 63%. So he has some bulk if he's like max. So he's not max defensive, because otherwise I would have done 39 to 46.5%. But this amount of So it's kind of a weird spot. It's exactly 50%, or slightly more than 50%. So I could go for the counter here, predict him to just go for an Earthquake. He might want to still keep. Well, I don't know if he really needs to Garchomp at this point. I think Ice Punch is a pretty safe play here. Counter would obviously knock me out if he attacks me, but if he switches out, then counter's not going to do much. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. Oh, another thing I could do is Toxic, but again, if he brings the Skarmory in, then I lose out on potential damage that I could do to him. So I think Ice Play is the best. Ice Punch is the best play, and he goes into Skarmory. So that's good for me. Does 13.5%. That's actually pretty big information to find out, because he is not max HP, max defense. So he might be a mixed set. Let's see. Just no defense. And let's say Bashful. So he has some defense on this, but he's definitely not max HP, max defense, so that's good to know. You could go for Brave Bird here. Or the Toxic, I would imagine. Espeon, I don't want to take a Brave Bird because that's my answer to Suicune. Pidgeot, I really don't want to take a Brave Bird either. Let's see, Brave Bird with Skarmory onto Mega Pidgeot. It does like 50%, which is not the end of the world, even a little less than 50%. Zygarde is also really safe. So I'm going to go right into Zygarde. He could Spike, which would be annoying. He goes for the Brave Bird and does not do too much at all. I'm definitely okay with this, but I don't want my Electros to really get weakened down too much. So let's see, based on that damage, he has probably no attack investment. That's a high roll from no attack investment Skarmory. I'm pretty safe to Volt Switch here. If he goes into Garchomp, I can Toxic it. I'm okay with that, or switch into Snorlax. If he goes into Zeraora, I don't really care. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. He does go into Garchomp. Unfortunate, but I'm fine with this. I can Protect and get some leftovers recovery. I'm going to do that. See if he's more of a special set. See if maybe he's predicting me to go back into Snorlax or something. Just goes for the Dragon Claw. Yeah, I'm okay with going into my Snorlax here, because this will take on the Garchomp really no problems. So I don't think he's max attack adamant. He can't be, because I did more damage to him from my Snorlax than just max HP set, so he can't be max attack adamant. That's gonna know. He might be a mixed defensive set as well. Like an Ice, again, I said before, Ice Punch to max HP does 52 to 63%. So I know he's not max attack adamant. And again, I could probably Toxic Stall this Garchomp down, but I want to keep this Electros as healthy as possible to get a Toxic on the Zeraora, to be a safe switch into the Skarmory, to take on the Suicune at least alright, to take on the Buzzwole alright. Has a lot of responsibilities. So Dragon Claw does 33% to my Snorlax. So it could be max attack, or close to a max attack equivalent, where he would be doing that much damage to me. I think Ice Punch is a pretty safe bet. Again, I can wear it on the Skarmory a little bit more if he goes for it, and I do. Get a decent bit of chip on this. Again, Electros is a pretty safe switch in, but I've already done that once, and what's his response to that? I guess he could predict that and go into what, Kadabra, and he could get a lot of damage off me in order to a Volt Switch. He really doesn't have a great play for my Electros. I guess unless a Buzzwole does a ton of damage in return. I feel like Electros is pretty safe. Goes for the Brave Bird again. I am okay with this. I'm going to just Volt Switch. He does go for his Spikes. So that's annoying. Let's see. Electros to this Skarmory. It could be max special defense. It probably is max special defense. I can go into my Pidgeot here and basically get a kill. And I am going to do that. Let's see. Mega Pidgeot. Hurricane is not going to kill. I have to go for the Heat Wave. And his response to that is going into Garchomp or going into Suicune. or going into Zeraora, but I don't think he's going to go to Zeraora. Heat Wave, I'll be able to kill this Skarmory, and I'm pretty okay with that. He does go into Zeraora. I mean, it's not like I really had any other choice there. Do 42%. I will definitely take that damage. Let's see, Zeraora Heat Wave. He has some bulk. Is he max HP bulk? He could be max HP bulk based on that damage. I think based on the speed tiers that I had, he was pretty safe to go. Like max HP, max attack, Zeraora, or max special attack. I can go into my Electros and see what he's going to go for. He could go for a Z fighting right here. But I think I just have to let Electros take that. He does go for the Z, allow pummeling. And does 51%. So let's see how much that does normally. Close combat, assuming that it's not a Drain Punch. Yeah, so it would have done 46.5 to 51%. He's not Life Orb, which is a little bit annoying, but I'm okay with that. I could Protect and get more Leftovers recovery, but I don't think I really need that. I cannot, because I don't want him to bulk up. So yeah, he's going to go for the close combat and get knocked out. I could go to Zygarde here and go for the Outrage. Buzzwole is a really easy switch in for him, though. I don't want to go into Snorlax and give him a free Roost opportunity. My Infernape won't knock out with a Mach Punch at this range. So I think Zygarde is my play. And just go for the... I can go for the Earthquake pretty easily here, but his Buzzwole is a pretty easy switch here. And that's kind of a problem, because even if I do predict that and go into Snorlax and bait him to go for a fighting move, and then I can knock him out with counter, that would be great. But he could also go into Skarmory pretty easily and get a free Roost up. And at this point, he's at 42%, so he would be at he'd be at full HP by that time. So that's not great for me. Toxic isn't also that bad, because at least I'll wear down the Buzzwole a little bit throughout this match. And Zygarde is still pretty important, but if I can weaken this Zeraora, I'm definitely okay with that. But I'm definitely on the back foot. Spikes is pretty annoying versus my team, but he could also sack off the Skarmory here, which wouldn't be great. Yeah, this is kind of a bad situation. Infernape would be a really ballsy play, because I also kind of expected the Buzzwole could be Choice Scarfed to outspeed like my middling speed on my team, like the Espeon, the Infernape, even the Pidgeot can kill with Stone Edge. So Outrage, let's see how much Outrage would do to a Buzzwole. It's not going to do much, that's the answer. It does like 30-ish%. I can get it weakened, but I'm not going to be able to kill. I'm going to make the double into Snorlax. Let's see. If he hasn't made a move yet. So if the Zeraora is like Hidden Power Ice, not Life Orb, he does not knock me out. But he could be a mixed offensive set. But I would kind of doubt it. Outrage would kill from here. I think Snorlax is a fine play. If he goes into Skarmory, I can go into Pidgeot on the Skarm, and that'll still threaten his team pretty well. Yeah, I want to still keep my answers alive for the Suicune at this point, just because it's in pretty good shape to win. It was in pretty good shape to win from the very beginning. But especially because my Electros is down, because I had to sack it to the Z move from Zeraora. That's not the greatest for me. But if I can get my Infernape in, I basically get a free kill, which I will 100% take. If I go for Nasty Plot, I still can't win because he has Kadabra in the back with Focus Sash. He could be Scarfed as well, or potentially Scarfed, but I would highly doubt it's going to just be Focus Sash and save it for when my Infernape is in, maybe for the late game trying to win. So let's see. I switch out first, get my Figgy Berry up, and he switches out the Buzzwole. He has a pretty free play just to go for a fighting move. So I'm going to go for the counter and try to knock him out. Worst thing that happens, he does go into Scarm, but I can get my Recycle up. And I can still take on the Azeraora at least alright. So I'm going to go for the counter. He does knock me out. Let's see what his spread was. He does not show any Life Orb damage. Snorlax on the Buzzwole. Adamant, 252. Superpower, that's probably gonna knock me out. Yeah, it does 83% min. So, I can go on my Espeon. It also does a lot of damage at this point. And right now, he doesn't have a switch in for that. Especially because he could be Scarfed. See, I'm gonna go right into my Espeon. And claim my kill. That's weird, I don't take 25% from rocks. I guess with the level 50, it rounds a little differently. Let's make sure that my Espeon takes out Skarmory. So, we'll say 252. I'm going to say 252, not Calm. Oh yeah, I'll be able to knock him out. I'm going to go for the Psychic here. If he's Resist Berry, good for him. If he's a Salt Vest, I'm pretty sure I still knock out. He goes sacks off the Zeraora. A little surprising. I feel like my Pidgeot does a lot more in this game. Let's see. Espeon to Zeraora. Oh, why is my computer acting up? So Espeon. Here, let me get my team up. Espeon versus Zeraora. So if like normally he was going to live that set and now he doesn't, he might suspect that I'm Choice Specs. But otherwise he might think I'm Choice Scarf. So let's see. Just so if I wasn't Specs and I was Scarfed and he was max HP, I wouldn't be able to knock him out. He brings the Kadabra in. Shadow Ball seems pretty free. But I do add speed unless if he's Scarfed. And I think at this point, if I can get a +2 with my Infernape, I should be able to win. But I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. So do I need Espeon? I can always rely on Confusions as well from Pidgeot to win this game. Kadabra, he is not going to be Scarfed. And I kind of do have to break the Focus Sash here. And he's going to knock me out with Shadow Ball. No problem. He might not. Let's see. I guess I could do it on my other monitor here. Let's see. What move could Kadabra knock me out with here? He went into it pretty quickly, which I'm kind of surprised about. So Shadow Ball, knock off Signal Beam. I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball is the strongest move. And if he's not like Life Orb, then he doesn't knock me out. So I'm gonna just go for the Psychic and try to break his Focus Sash. Yeah, he does not knock me out. That's great. I get another kill here. And at this point, I'll be able to weaken something a ton. The Skarmory could Roost stall on me, which would be pretty unfortunate. And I feel like Buzzwole still has a chance to be Scarfed. So let's see. Choice Specs versus Skarmory. I'm gonna go for the move. If I get a crit, then I'm in great shape as well. So if it's like max HP, max special defense, it does 33 to 40%. I'm gonna go for it. If I get a special defense drop, I'm in great shape. And look at that, I get a special defense drop. I'm in great shape right now. What is his switch into that? He's gonna be taking at least 50%. I have a chance to knock him out here. Yeah, he's gonna have to go for the attack. Go for the Brave Bird and knocks me out. I'm gonna go into Pidgeot here. Versus Garmory. If he Brave Birds, will I be recovering HP? There's a chance that I do here. I'm gonna go for the Roost. I recover a tiny bit more HP. I guess he was gonna kill me off with the Brave Bird regardless. I think he probably got a higher roll there, but it doesn't really matter. He does bring in the Buzzwole, which basically tells me he has Choice Scarf, as I kind of figured. So I can go into Zygarde, and what do? Well, let's see. We're gonna go to Infernape, Buzzwole, Max Attack, Adamant, level 50. 131. He would still outspeed me. So let's see. An Infernape. He can go for Ice Punch here. He can go for Stone Edge. Is only going to do 50 to... So let's see. If he gets a +1 boost, he'll be doing 74 to 88.5% to my Infernape if he gets a +1 boost. That's pretty bad. On my Zygarde, Stone Edge does half at +1. If it's not at +1, he'll be doing 33%. So I'm going to go into my Zygarde. He goes for the superpower. Okay. Would that have knocked me out normally? It would have. Oh yeah, that was going to knock me out. So let's see. Infernape, superpower, is going to knock me out as well. I'm going to go into it. His play here. I think his play here is... I think I lose at this point. Because if I bluff the Scarf here and go for a Nasty Plot, he can sack off whatever, bring his Buzzwole in, kill me, and then kill my Pidgeot. So I'm pretty sure this is a good game because Vacuum Wave's not going to do anything to Buzzwole. But maybe he's Jolly. Will Jolly not knock me out here? Jolly superpower will knock me out. So that's a good game. I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot here. Yep, and he knocks me out. I can still win if he's not scarfed, but I know he is. Yep. So good game, John. The hazards were annoying, but I couldn't do too much about it. I figured, I sent my team builder, that Scarf was a really good set against me. But what were my defensive answers for that? Garbodor, he has Earthquake, so that's not going to make a difference. Camerupt wouldn't have made a difference here. Scarf was definitely to play. Now, unless I've, especially because my Electros went down so early, that Scarf Buzzwole really went in. So, good game, John. I was so afraid of the Suicune, but Buzzwole turned out to be the biggest threat, which made a lot of sense versus my team. I don't know if he was admin or not, but those spikes actually made a difference on the Snorlax. So it wasn't in... Let me see if he was just Jolly superpower. If he I'm guessing he's adamant. So if he was adamant superpower, there was a chance that didn't kill without spikes up. So we'll go back a little bit. So my Snorlax took 55, and then he got the extra spike up. So when I came in and took this 80, I would have been at 92%. And at 92%, Jolly Buzzwole wouldn't have knocked me out. If he was adamant at 92%, there was a better chance that I lived, actually. So I guess I'll find out later on. I'll say something maybe at the end of the video, or post in the description below if he was adamant or Jolly. But otherwise, that spike really made a big difference in that game. So good game, John. Hope you win it all. But until next time, later, guys.